push. Ah!
It's missing an arm.
Nope. Down, set, unbaby.
Another major symbol in the Handmaid's Tale is the Bible. The Bible represents the manipulation of language that helps to control the women in the society. The weird thing about this book is we never really find out what religion that this society is based off of. They read out of the Bible, but their readings go against the central idea of the Christian faith. And in this book, the Bible restricts, but in our society, the Bible empowers people. And so the reason why I think she does this is to really leave it up to the reader to figure out what this really means and what the religion is.
Blessed be the fruit.
Praise be!
Blessed be the fruit.
Praise be!
Blessed be the fruit.
Praise be!
Another theme in the novel is that not everything is quite as it seems. One example is when the Japanese tourists come into town and they ask Offred, is she happy? Offred says yes, knowing she really has no other options, but it kind of shows that from the outside you may not be able to tell that Gilead's a sad place. For example, they have to suicide-proof the rooms so that the handmaids can't hang themselves or kill themselves. I think that the scene where Offred describes her room and points out that there's no way she could kill herself, they've all been removed, is really kind of a slap in the face to the reader, showing that the government knows that there's a problem with suicides, but yet all they do is prevent it from happening rather than fix the problem. This is a blunt and direct way to illustrate the mental state of women in Gilead society.
Don't eat these anymore.
The women in Gilead society have been forced into a conservative type of clothing style. Instead of the freedom to choose between less conservative and more conservative clothes, they are forced to wear long dresses, hats, and anything that covers all of their skin. The Republic of Gilead restricts these women because they believe they are protecting them from all of the men that may have malicious desires to sexually harass them. I personally think that no matter what a woman is wearing at any time, this is not an invitation for harassment, whereas in the Republic of Gilead, they believe that it is important to cover women up so that men aren't tempted. Overall, this furthers the power of men in the Gilead society by allowing them to objectify and dehumanize women.
I can see your ankles. She's asking for it.
I think most people would agree that Scrabble plays a pretty important part in The Handmaid's Tale. It kind of marks the turning point between Offred and the Commander, a relationship that turns into more of a personal, intellectual pursuit. It also plays on the theme of language, the importance of language in the book, which I thought was kind of interesting, and also how the Commander does not seem to be as happy as people might suggest. We also look at how men aren't as happy in Gilead as we might have thought. I personally play Scrabble quite frequently. I don't get what Margaret Atwood's talking about. I can't play words like zygote. The average person can't either. Words like sea, tree, brie.
Blessed be the fruit!
Oh, I'm sorry, you can have these.
In the novel, Gilead society forms through authorities taking away small rights and gradually moving forward and forward in terms of the size of what they're taking away until things just spin out of control. I think this contributes to Atwood's purpose as a whole by noting how ordinary, often decent people contribute to the rise of oppressive societies through simply not acting. We thought that Luke at first was a good character who did everything he could to protect Offred and her daughter, but we learned that he was incredibly complacent with the tighter restrictions on women's rights, and we learn more about this as the novel goes on. The people of Gilead at first were just simply bystanders, and they were as guilty as the people who were oppressing women in the first place.